Good morning, friends. Today we're at East Haven's Old Cemetery. This is actually the second cemetery the town had. The original cemetery was across the street where the town green is now. You can see the gazebo in the background. That part there was the old original cemetery from the 1600s until I believe the early 1800s, at which point the surviving tombstones were moved over this way, and then everybody was buried on this side, and then the green was created. So we're going to take a walk through here and see what we have here. This feature here in the back is interesting. It's called the Old Indian Bowl. And what it was actually, up until I believe 1895, was a pond. It was fed by underground springs, and it was used by farmers to feed their cattle, and wildlife, deer and such used to come here and drink out of it. And so it got the name of the Old Indian Hole, as the Indians who occupied this land also came here for the water, the fresh water. The two rows of brownstones you see in the back were the original tombstones from across the street that were moved here, and they weren't put in any particular order, because as I look at them, the dates kind of mishmash all over the place. The oldest stone that I could find was a father and daughter who died in December of 1712, I believe. Right here in front of us, Frank Woodward, born in 1894, died in 1961. Frank was a professional baseball player back in the late 19-teens into the early 1920s. See if I can get to the other side of the stone here, because this is in the stone was not originally here. It was placed here early 1800s. It belongs to the Reverend Mr. Jacob Hemingway, who died in 1754, it looks like. There's a newer stone in the back there, which we'll take a look, has more information on Jacob Hemingway. There's the back side of that stone. There's a more recent stone that was placed. Jacob Hemingway was the first student at Yale College in 1702. And that broken stone there is his wife. This old tree is still alive, but it's broken in half here, and it's fallen down on some of these stones, so the town really should remove some of it. Over in this area here, near that clearing. There used to be an old Indian fort back in the 1600s. Local Indians called the Momogwins had a fort here, and they would walk over there to the Indian bowl, get their water, and then they would hunt and fish and so forth, and they would sequester themselves over here in their fort.